Welcome back to Twin Cities Live. We're asking our experts to answer your questions this week, and today it is all about real estate.
We got some good ones from our Facebook fans. Here to answer a few, we welcome back Julie and Daniel with DeRoche Realty Group and Coldwell Banker Burnett.
Hello,
Hi,
friends.
guys.
Good to have you back.
Hey, guys.
All right,
So
real estate questions.
This is anytime the topic of real estate comes up, probably at your home or at work, everyone has questions and
Yes.
opinions and things like that. It happened yesterday in a Twin Cities Live meeting after the show. We all had opinions. So let's ask you, the experts, some questions. The first one comes from Elizabeth on our Facebook page, and she asks, what's the best thing to do inside your home before a showing? What comes to mind for you guys?
You really want to think about a model house. If you've ever been into a new construction model home, even if your home is older, you want it to look like that. Blinds open, 70-ish degrees, no pet food around, every light bulb on, and switch out your light
Really?
bulbs to clear, bright light bulbs.
Really?
You want it to smell good. Yeah, don't make bacon and eggs for breakfast and have a showing an hour later. Because some people are offended by it.
They say baked cookies. Is that still a thing? Is that really true?
I actually walked into a house the other day and there was on the stove a pie just sitting there and it absolutely
No.
smelled like apples and cinnamon. It is definitely a good idea. People, all those things affect your senses. You know what I mean? It really does.
Sure.
So absolutely, you want it perfect, bright,
Okay.
clean, ready to go.
All right, next question. Nicole asks, is the labor and expense of painting oak kitchen cabinets and the trim doors throughout the house white worth the investment when you go to sell?
It depends. So I would lean towards yes, but you want to look at your competition. It depends on what price range you're in. It depends on if all the competition, like the homes that you're going to be competing against, have updated kitchens.
Sure.
Well, then that's a great idea. Instead of having to switch out your cabinets and get all new cabinets, you can paint them white or gray.
That looks way better.
Huge difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are doing two-tone where they're doing gray on the bottom and white on the top and maybe leaving the island still natural.
Now, I would look at this a different way, though, where if everybody did not have updated kitchens, I would think, well, if we paint ours and update them, then we'll really set ourselves apart, but we might not see that money back.
Yeah, you have to look at the investment. And some people can do, some homeowners can paint their cabinets themselves, but a lot can't.
Yeah,
So
be
you
careful
still
about
that, yeah.
have to hire it out. So you still have to factor in, if I spend $2,000 painting the cabinets, am I gonna get that back?
Okay, interesting.
We've got another question, my friends. We've got a few more, to be fair. Roanne says, hey, we need new kitchen countertops. Would you recommend spending money for granite or silestone? Is that even a thing?
What's
or
silestone?
could we get by with these new high-res laminate countertops? What would you suggest?
Well, same thing as the cabinets.
It depends.
It depends.
Okay, depends on what?
Your competition again and kind of how much it's gonna cost. Silestone, to
Yeah, what
answer your
is that?
question, is quartz.
Oh, is there a fancy
Yeah,
word
it's
for
a brand of quartz.
Okay, all right, we're getting specific
So,
there.
and quartz is granite with a man-made product,
Kind of, it's
right?
man-made and it can be made to look like whatever. It can look like granite, it can look like marble, it can, I love quartz because it's so diverse that you can have it look a lot of different ways.
So, and your realtor should send you that or you should be asking
Yeah,
your
so
realtor
you
for
should
that?
ask your realtor first. Should I switch my countertops out? I meet with a lot of people and they've already switched their countertops out and they
The
put
wrong color.
granite in, but the price range that they're in, their competition doesn't have granite. So they could have
Okay.
done a laminate and it would have been fine.
Okay, so laminate, you guys know this, laminate for a while got a really bad rap. You heard the word laminate and you thought, oh boy, cheap. However, it seems that the laminate has come a long way. So you walk couples through as they're thinking about homes. When they find out, oh wait, this is actually laminate, do they say, that's great, we don't have to spend as much money to get it? Or do they think, wait, that's not the quality that we're looking for?
No, I have a lot of people that are really happy with laminate, especially in how much it's changed. And like
Yeah.
if you just saw those pictures, you can do a butcher block look. There's so many different looks now that you can do, and it's come so far that I think it's a great way to save money, but still update the space.
But clean up your popcorn and your pop when you go to show your
And
home.
don't make eggs that morning, guys. It
Or
can,
bacon.
that can split a lot of
Okay,
groups.
Kathy wants to know, do you recommend a public open house after listing? We are torn on this because we feel all the work and time going into an open house will only generate snoopy lookers with no interest in actually buying. I think about this with your neighbors. You're like, they're gonna walk through my house just to see what I've done?
You definitely will have a few random people that'll walk through just because they've always wanted to know what it looks like in that house.
Absolutely.
But the statistic's pretty low as to how many homes sell genuinely from an open house. Like, it's hard to really track. Would the people have come, if there wasn't an open house, would they have set up an actual showing? So it's hard to track exactly, but somewhere around 2% of sales happen due to an open house, which is a low number, but you add up a bunch of 2% and it helps.
Now,
It,
one of the nice things about open houses, though, I'm sorry to interrupt, is that you can say, okay, on Saturday from 12 to 3, we're out of the house. If you're doing it just on appointments, do you, as a seller, do you have to be uber flexible and just say, whenever somebody wants in, we got to get out? Or can you say, I can do Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 6 to 8?
well, you can, but
Julie's laughing at me, and
the
that's not
challenge is
promising.
other realtors, to be honest. Most realtors, they set up their schedule with their buyers to take them out to look at properties. And if all of a sudden one says, well, we can't do it that time, they literally put that one to the back of the pile and they focus on trying to sell them one of the
could
ones that
lose a
said
buyer.
yes.
Oh,
So you
wow.
very well could lose a buyer by saying, let's do another date and time.
Okay, all right. Know what you're getting into before you put it out there on the market. We've got time for one more. This one from, I want to get this right, in Elizabeth Reese.
Ooh, you sure it's not rice?
First of all, it might be Rice.
Okay.
We want to say, Elizabeth, thank you for watching our show.
Thank you.
She asks, what should you do right now in January if you plan on selling your home a little bit later on this year?
First and foremost, meet with a realtor.
Okay.
So
Get that
before
out
you
of the
start
way.
doing anything, you want to meet with a realtor and get the plan down.
What kind of questions should you be asking the realtor that you meet with? Because you sort of have to interview realtors and figure out who am I going to be comfortable working with for maybe months at a time.
Yep, so you want to interview them. You want to go through the whole interview process and see if they're the right fit for you. Once they are the right fit, what you want to know is what should you do to your house?
Okay.
What for the area you're in or your yard? What's the best time of the time to go on the market? You know, some people think right away in spring's the best, but maybe if you have a pool or something, you want to wait a little longer. So kind of coming up with a full strategy with the realtor. I see so many people that will do all the stuff to their house, then they call us right before they're ready to list. And we show up and they're like, well, we did this, this, and this. And they could have spent that money somewhere else and got a better bang for the buck in fixing their house up.
I had one recently add wallpaper before they reached out to us. And when I walked into the bathroom, unfortunately, my first thought was, oh, you got some wallpaper in the bathroom. We're
Gotta
going to have
get
to
that
get that
down.
removed.
Oh,
And they
no.
literally had just put it up.
Oh,
And they thought it was a
Really?
good decision. So it is really important to meet with someone who genuinely knows what should or shouldn't be done to that home for that price range, for that market, to help you maximize your profit.
Got time for
Okay.
one more question. This one from me. Thinking about
Steve
doing a little
Patterson.
shiplap in the living room.
No picture on this one.
No picture.
Steve
This
loves
coming from.
shiplap.
I love shiplap. You've seen it on Fixer Upper with Chip and Joanna. If you have someone that says, I want to put some shiplap up, but I'm thinking
Some
about moving
wood
maybe
on
in
the
2, 3,
walls.
4 years, is that going to be super out of date? Do you see that as a ooh, maybe not?
I'll let Julie take
I
this
don't
one.
think so. I think it's a new and I love shiplap.
I love
so
it.
I'm in the
We got a
shiplap
lot of it.
boat,
Really?
yeah.
I love it.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, I got to come over to your house and spec out and see what I should be doing at my
Well, I
house.
think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're filming our last segment at our house here in about a week or
So
two.
we're gonna
Oh,
see it.
then
fantastic.
we'll
So
be
we
able
get to see it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Great.
Good stuff.
Thank
It's always
you,
good to be
guys.
with you guys.
Likewise.
Wealth of information. We've got a link to DeRoche Realty Group with Coldwell Banker Burnett on our website. They'd be happy to answer your questions if you're interested in maybe buying, selling, or even building a home. Big thanks to DeRoche Realty Group for sponsoring Twin Cities Live.
Hey, tomorrow on